I'm from talking to you earlier this year. I know experimentation with lineups and just different styles of play is important. What you're seeing from Peyton right now, how much does that make you want to experiment with the rest of the year? Say, hey, how much can we get of this when everybody's back?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to take a look back at these games, and you're moving to the next game so fast that we have to take a long look at what he can do in pick and roll situations, things we run for other guys. But the proudest I am of Peyton is that he's done this in the flow. It hasn't been like I'm just loading him up with plays. Like he's creating offense for himself and for other people on his own. So there's a balance to it. We play the way we play regardless, and I think he's doing a good job of staying within that while being aggressive and taking steps, this overall game. So Peyton's been great. I'm more proud of the playmaking, honestly, than scoring. He's been driving to the paint, finding people, creating threes. That's who we've been the last 2 weeks.
I'm just curious how much you factor numbers, analytics in your coaching relative to other people in the field.
Right now, I don't care about analytics or numbers. I just care about scoring more points than the other team. I think it would be stupid to look at us during this time and say, well, this is who we are. We haven't really had a chance to be who we are all year. We had a great defensive start. Then, I've said this before, that we were the best offense in history with maybe the worst defense I've ever seen. And now our defense is really good. We've become a drive and kick team. And Jamal's been absolutely incredible. So it's like Peyton's taking this jump. So analytics for this particular year would not be a good way to go. But I do think we definitely take into account, especially defensive scouts and the way teams play and why they play the way they play. Some of those numbers can be found, taking a deeper dive into that stuff. So it's very important what you do, but the eye test sometimes wins out for me.
We're 41 games into the season, right at the midway point. When you think back to your preparation at the beginning of the year, how different is this year from what you were expecting?
Completely different. I don't even know. If you would have told me some of the starting lineups when we started, I wouldn't have believed you. But I'll say this: I knew right away in training camp that these guys were really connected and they really believed in one another, and that hasn't changed. So maybe the style of play is not what I expected, but the mentality of the team has really followed through to what I felt. Sometimes you have these good feelings to start, and then it quickly falls apart as selfishness kind of just falls into a team. But this team has not been like that. They've really cheered for one another. When somebody has a night, Hunter and Philly, people are happy for them. If they're not on the court and Hunter is, that's okay. So it's been a blessing for me as a coach to have that kind of feeling with our team. That's continued throughout the 41 games.
I guess you guys didn't blow it out today ahead of a back-to-back, but was Christian able to get through everything, or just how was he kind of progressing?
Yeah, he did the non-contact stuff. The contact stuff we did was with coaches. It wasn't like it was excessive, but it'd be stupid to put him out there when he's trying to get back to full strength. You don't want to step back, garden camp. So it's like, he did a little bit, Jonas did a little bit. Each guy, it's going to be their own process. We have all these weeks and timetables we put out there. I don't know. It's just they have to feel comfortable in what they're doing before they start really playing. So we're going to be patient with CB. It's a huge part of what we do, especially defensively. We've missed him dramatically. So I'm excited for him to get back to full strength.
How and how much are you checking in on those guys individually?
Yeah, I think it's more like you check in on them, but you don't talk about the injury. It's more like, hey, KU played really well the other night. Those kind of conversations are best. Because mentally, this is really hard for all these guys. Yoke's never been hurt. Jonas finally got himself to a good place after being sick. He gets hurt. What Cam's been through, CBU, we just talked about, all these people, they're people. And they're used to having a process and a routine daily of what this all is, not having that, get that taken away from you. It really does take a piece of who you are as a human being, and I think that's the part we have to make sure the guys are okay. We've been on the road, it feels like, for a month, so it's like, you don't see these guys a lot either. So you just do the best you can to communicate with them, stay in touch with them, just like you would if somebody's not playing a lot. You got to make sure that you're touching them in the sense of mentally and seeing where they're at, so they're properly ready, not just physically, but they're in a good place when they come back to play basketball.
What's the backstory of your Bills fandom?
Yeah, I mean, that's all right. I was about 7 or 8 years old. Jim Kelly, K-Gun, Thurman Thomas, Daryl Talley, Bruce Smith. We could go on and on. Mark Kelso. That team was fun to play Madden with. That team was on at 10 a.m. on the West Coast. So that was my team, and that's been my team through the losing seasons and all the things. So people can say whatever they want. I was there when Josh Allen was not there. I went to Lambeau and saw them lose 41-3. I've seen it all. So yeah, I'm a fan. They got 20 people out for this game tomorrow. It's a win-win for me. If the Bills win, I'll be very excited. If the Broncos win, it's good for the town, good for the city. Should be a really good matchup.
How much will you be able to watch?
All of it.
Okay.
All of it. No, I will have to prep for the game. But I'd love to watch all of it. I think it's going to be a great game. What the Broncos have done this year is so impressive. And to be the #1 overall seed, I think the whole NFL this year has been the Patriots, the 2 seed. Like, it's been a cool season.
I was going to say you might have to be at the podium before Florida at some point. So
Yeah, I mean, it's to be honest, a lot of the time, a lot of the games they played, the Chiefs game where they were up with over 11 seconds to go, whatever, we were playing during that game. And I'm not gonna lie, I looked at Cody a few times, like thumbs up, thumbs down. It definitely was in the back of my mind, for sure.
Back to the quick Nuggets one here. What, if anything, gets you most excited over this stretch about what the full group of the team can be when you're seeing all these other guys contribute?
Yeah, I think what I've seen is that we can get through some tough times. And so if we play these big games in the second half, if we're lucky enough to be in that tournament, at the end of the year, which looks good right now, but it's a long way to go. I think if we get in foul trouble or something doesn't go our way, we have a lot of people we can turn to and trust. And that's not just about how they play. It's just, skill-wise, it's how hard they're playing and how much belief they have in themselves. So it's seeing what Jalen's done late games, just gives you a lot of confidence in these other guys that they can step in and do something for it. Maybe it's only 5 minutes of a big game, but they've all shown they can do that and they have the confidence to do it. And more importantly, our main people that have won all these games all these years, they believe they can do it, and they've instilled confidence in these guys. So it's been a good feeling the whole year. Just a really special group. They're fun to coach.
You ever coached down with an active presence on LinkedIn?
I have not. I didn't know about that. Somebody mentioned that to me about Spence. Spence is a unique guy, man. He's smart. He knows it. So yeah, I've never read them. I guess it would be a post. Yeah, but I have had 2 weeks in a row.
What kind of conversations do you guys have outside of basketball?
Spence?
Yeah.
Oh man, nothing about basketball. That's for sure. He's a worldly guy. He knows what's going on. If I mention current affairs or what's going on in the news, he's one of the few guys that shakes his head like he knows what's going on. So Spence knows what's going on. He's a smart guy. He's had a really good season.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Really appreciate it.
Yep.
Peyton, what's the biggest thing you've learned over this stretch here where you've gotten to take on this bigger load?
Just having the knowledge and knowing that I can do it. I think that's number one, is getting those in-game reps and experiences. And like I said, I've done some stuff and it didn't work out, and I've done some stuff and it did work out. And I'm just continuing to put those reps in the game, and they're making me a better player for it.
Have you had any conversations with Nicola about what you're doing right now, and if so, what have those been like?
Yeah, he just hit me when the Player of the Week news came out, and he was like, good job. But I think Joker has a lot of faith in me, and he's seen the way I work and the way that I watch him work. So I think that he knows that I'll take care of business. But yeah, he just hit me and said, good job.
There have been some videos of him coaching you during the game. I don't know if we've ever really gotten into some of the details of that, but how much does that mean to you that he's investing in you in-game moments, and what are those in-game conversations?
Oh, it means the world. It means the world. I think a lot of times, I told somebody this before, but I think a lot of times because he carries such a big load for us and he's doing so many things for us, he's exhausted, and it's hard for him to really talk things out. Sometimes, a lot of times it's just little things, but when he's not playing, he gives me insight on what he's seeing from obviously off the court, and that's always helpful because I can't see everything all the time. So having someone as knowledgeable as Joker to take things from and be able to listen to and get better from it means the world to me, and I never take it for granted. I'm always listening the best I can.
What's next for you? What's the next step for you in terms of growth and continuing to do what you're doing?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just consistency, doing this on a consistent basis, and finding ways to reinvent myself, even when, we start to have more guys come back and things like that, find ways to still be aggressive and still make my mark on every game, whether that's offensively or defensively. But I think this stretch has really helped me kind of find my offensive game and find where to pick my spots at, and now just when everybody comes back, it's just about being able to still find those spots.
How would you evaluate kind of your ability just in your fourth year? Like previous seasons have been different and ups and downs of it and the physicality of it. How do you think you would evaluate your ability to handle that in your fourth season, just in comparison to last year?
You said the ups and downs of everything?
Yeah.
I think that it's been amazing. I think that I've had some really downs and I've had some really ups. So, none of this is really, for me, anything new. I think it's just a matter of there are new challenges that present themselves every day, and no day is like one another. So, just going through what I went through in college, going through what I went through my first couple of years, not being able to really break out of that cocoon and show, exactly all that I can do, it definitely just kept me humble and locked in the gym. I think that that's one thing that's kept me, going, is just being in the gym, working on my game, and knowing that I'm getting better regardless of what anybody else thinks or what the outside world is seeing. And I knew that I would be ready when it was time to show it, and that's what I've been able to do.
You just had a stretch, five-game stretch that only KD and Kobe have done. Just statistically, did you have a moment where you soaked that in, took it in, or was it kind of get right back to it?
Absolutely. I think that, you got to smell your flowers while they're there. That's definitely something in this business that's hard to do because we play so much, so it's always a next game mentality. But to hear those two names brought up with me statistically, it was a full circle moment for me. Those were literally my two favorite players growing up, being a kid in LA, looking up to Kobe, and then like I always talk about my frame kind of being similar to KD's. He's someone that I truly look up to, and he's took me under his wing, and just to be mentioned with those two guys in anything is just a huge honor and a blessing. And we don't take those moments for granted. So me and my family were stoked about it, definitely. But I think that it's more so just operating with the knowledge, like I said before, that I can do this, and this is something that I'm capable of, and keeping my head down, and like you said, just getting on to the next one.
Has Coach Adelman had a message for you at all, or anything he's wanting you to do now that you're scoring the way you are?
Yeah, me and DA talk all the time, and I think for a long time, DA, even before he became head coach, I think he noticed that I could do some things really well offensively. And his biggest message to me is, while you're creating so much for yourself and being able to do so much to generate good looks for yourself, also find your teammates, because it'll continue to make the game easier for you. And I think that that's been a big point of emphasis, is that I can always get 2 feet in the paint, but now it's just having the discernment whether I go and look for my own shot, or if there's a guy open where we can get maybe a higher percentage shot. So that's something that I've been working with him and the coaches on, and it's been working out well.
Can you tell us more about the coach you worked out with this summer in LA and what he instilled in you and in your game?
Yeah, my brother DaRon, right? It just felt like getting back to the basics. I came up, and a lot of the guys who played in LA were my mentors, Pooh Jeter, Trevor Ariza, and Wright, and these are all guys who played at the highest level and played professionally, and they all have not only the knowledge of the game, but also just the knowledge of all the off-the-court things as well, kind of coaching me through life too. So mainly we just honed in this summer, me and DaRon, on shooting 1,000,000 jumpers, and then also just working on my handle a lot, just because playing with the best player in the world, I feel like you have to always be on your game, and I feel like very rarely do people create shots for him, and that's something that I really want to work on and try to get him as many easy buckets as possible as well.
Did he come up with your training plan? Did you tell him what you wanted to work on, or how did it come into play?
I think it was 3 things. I think it was what he wanted to kind of see more from me working on, what the coaches here at the Nuggets wanted me to work on. We communicated that as well, and then also things that I felt that I needed to work on. So I would say
And then how did you meet up?
I met him just through the AAU circuit coming up. You know, it's honestly a pretty small, like, city, you know? I know that's weird to say because LA is huge, but like when you playing basketball at the high levels and everybody ends up finding each other anyway. So I think that it must have been a high school tournament or something like that, but he kind of took me under his wing, saw a lot of potential in me, and he was like, here's some things that you need to work on to be successful at the next level, and I just try to listen the best I can.
Thank you.
Over these last handful of games, we've been in the rotation.
Just stay ready and be able to do what I do. Go out there and help the team win at any means possible. So it's a switch of what do you call it? It's just a switch of environments for me coming from the G League here. So it's been very fun.
Has there been one aspect of your game that you're most keyed in on or kind of focused on?
Just shooting the ball when I'm open. Right now I have a very high three-point percentage, and it's from the work I did a lot in the summer. So just continue to shoot the ball when I'm open and make the right reads defensively and offensively.
What's it like playing Big Val one-on-one?
It's very difficult. You know, he's very good. That's a starter on every NBA team, basically. 14 years versus first year of playing. So I'm still learning a lot, but it's great to be able to get that. It's only going to make me better for the years to come.
What's the hardest part about it?
He's just strong. He's very strong, and like I play like similar position, but I'm a little bit more undersized, and our games are a little different. So he's very strong, so he just uses a lot of his weight, and it's very difficult to manage that sometimes.
Where do you feel like you're at just in terms of building back up that strength and getting to the most comfortable place that you could be this season?
I feel like I'm at a good spot. You know, a lot of people tend to forget, like, especially with rookies in general, that we're not finished products yet. You know, so we're not supposed to be doing, you know, everything that people might imagine us doing. So I'm very happy where I'm at. I feel like my teammates are, the coaches are saying I'm doing great. I'm taking things one step at a time. Coming off of an Achilles injury is no joke at all. It used to be back in the day where if it's an Achilles injury, you're not playing anymore. So now I'm just grateful to be out there playing, you know, so just taking things one step at a time, and I'm very happy.
Where do you see the floor? What's it kind of like mapping, seeing where everybody is on the floor in the NBA compared to college?
The NBA is just fast-paced. It's a lot faster, a lot stronger. So, you know, just for me personally, the floor is opened up, especially if I'm playing the five. And our teammates are great at getting open, so when I'm out there, just being able to play make is something that's not as hard as I thought it would be because of how great my teammates are.
So it sounds like you like it more.
I do. I really do like it a lot. I miss college, obviously, but the NBA has brought a lot of great stuff, great opportunity for me.
How helpful has a guy like Spencer been for you, like when you got thrown into kind of the unexpected situation of playing some of these minutes at the NBA level with him being a guy who's ended up having to start this season? Has there been conversation between you two about just kind of that adjustment process?
He's been very helpful. Yeah, he talks to me all the time. We hang out a lot off the court as well. You know, he's just about being where your feet are. You know, not everybody's situation is the same. I'm very grateful for his because he came in and he stayed ready. He plays very hard on defense. He runs very hard. He does everything right. So he just tells me to stay the course and just continue to stay ready like I have been doing, and everything's going to open up.
What's he like on the court?
He's just like he is on the court. He's very cool, very humble guy. He's actually a great guy. Like seriously, so I love being around him. He's a great role model to be around.
Follow him on LinkedIn?
I don't, but I might make an account and do that. I might.
Where do you think this team, like over the course of this year, do you think has improved the most?
I just think our resiliency, you know, staying strong, especially with some of our like key guys out. You know, a lot of people would trash on our guys, especially our bench guys, and people who didn't play like that. But it's coming to show they actually could play this whole time. It's just an opportunity to get. We've all stayed the course. We all work very hard, and we're all here for a reason. You know, so it's just very cool to see all of our guys thrive, like everybody. So I'm very excited to see that, and our record's still very well. But when we get our guys back, we're only going to get better. Obviously, you know, Jokic's just the best player in the world. Val is amazing. Like all of our Cam, I can go down the line on CB. So it's great to be able to be where we're at.
This might seem like a silly question because you've been playing real NBA minutes, but do you think you're back to 100% both physically and mentally at this point post-injury?
I believe so. It's hard because like it's something that I wasn't expecting, but at the same time like it's fun for me. So I'm still learning. Like this is still my first year. Like last year I got to watch, but playing and watching are two completely different things. Although watching does still help, but it's a lot. It's still a lot, and I'm still processing things. And I feel like as I keep going, I'm just gonna get better with it. So I feel like I'm about at 100%.
Thank you, DaRon. Appreciate it.